Alright everybody, welcome back to another video here on Financial Friends. Thank you so much for taking some time to join me in this one. I know you are going to get some value from it. If you are new here, Financial Friends is a community of people and we love to talk business, finance, and investing. This is the YouTube channel for that community. There's also a TikTok, Instagram, as you can see here, Twitter, everything. So go ahead, follow us on all of that. Follow me here or us here as well. Join the community. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video of saving money. How you can save this money, the different ways that you can cut back on your spending, and then invest that money to make a lot of it. So we have to first analyze, why do we even want to do this in the first place? Why do we want more money? Well, obviously we want more money, pay expenses, buy other things, have more to invest, right? There's all sorts of reasons why we'd want to have more money. And I kind of put those smiley faces there because it's like, well, yeah, we all want to have more money. It kind of makes you smile. Like, who wouldn't want more money? How do we do that? Well, you save more by not spending too much. We can also make more money, right? There's two ways to do this, offense or defense. You can either go out and make more money, offense, or you can cut back, defense. We're going to analyze the defensive strategy, and we're going to have a ton more videos coming out here to the community on how to play better defense, but you can also play better offense. There will be videos on that down the line as well. However, defense. Don't overconsume and spend less on frivolous things that you don't need in the first place. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to cover 5 of those big categories here. And also I'm going to be looking down. I have some statistics down here. I don't want to mess those up, so pardon me looking down and reading off of my iPad. First things first, it's the go-to. It's the one you always hear of, but I had to get it out of the way first. Coffee. Stop spending so much money on coffee. You can and do it if you have the money, but do not complain that you don't have enough money and then go buy Starbucks. Don't do it. If you're getting a $3 cup of coffee, mind you, Starbucks is more expensive than that 9 times out of 10. However, $3 cup of coffee, 5 days a week, not even every day of the week, 5 days of the week. It's $780 a year for you to consume Starbucks or Dunkin' or Tim Hortons or Biggby or any other luxury or premium coffee place you go to. Make coffee at home. You can do it for as low as 43 cents. That stat is from easy2espresso.com. However, we round up to 50, benefit of the doubt. But let's consume that cup of coffee 7 days a week. That's only $182.50, a savings of $597.50. Not much else to say on that topic. Quick, easy, cut out that luxury premium coffee. Next up, clothing. Simply quit buying so much clothes. You don't need a new outfit every time you go somewhere. You need to get staple pieces, premium, quality pieces of clothing that will last you. You don't need a new pair of shoes every single time you go to hang out with the boys, you go to golf, you go to hang out with the girls night out, bowling, football. You don't need a new pair every single time you go to do something different. All right, so let's analyze this. The number that I came up with was $425 a person. Now, how did I get this? In 2021, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics found the average American family is spending $1,700 a year on clothing. Now, the average family size is 3.13 people. Obviously, you can't have 0.13 people. That's the statistic. But let's round that to 4 and assume that we're only spending $425 a year per person. That number is probably higher, again, considering the three people, right? 3.13 people, let's round up. That's an average spend of $425. You're telling me right now you couldn't cut $100 from that, when in reality it's probably even more than that. Don't go buy a new shirt. Don't go buy a new pair of shorts. Don't get a new swimsuit this season. Just stick it out. Maybe Poshmark, thrift stores, garage sales, friends. There's so many other creative ways you could still consume clothing, or maybe sell some of your clothes so you're profiting on that clothing and then you can spend that on new clothes. There's so many different ways you can do this. I just put $100 up here, but realistically you could save up to $425 if you got creative enough with cycling your clothing, right? Selling old clothes, bringing in new clothes for a cheaper price. I know that we could do this. I know as a community we can band together and help each other out with clothing and get clothes for a cheaper price instead of always paying a premium, always buying new clothes, and constantly throwing things away. We don't need the waste, and we can save the money. Third thing here, alcohol. Cut out drinking. You're going to see a lot of savings on this. This also goes hand in hand with when you go out to eat. Don't get alcohol. It is extremely overpriced and extremely marked up. Drink water instead. Don't even drink pop. Why are you spending $3 on a glass of pop when you're out to eat? First off, don't go out to eat as much. But second off, right? Don't drink pop. Drink water. Save a couple bucks. Alcohol. That's the point we're on though. $484 a year in alcohol was the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics average American spend. Cut it all and you'll be saving $484. Now, in this instance, I'm going to analyze half. Half the time decide to drink water. You might be a little bit healthier because of it, but you're also going to save $242 a year. Now, I know that some people are going to spend more on this. Some people are going to spend less in this category. However, where you're spending less, you're probably making up that difference in spending somewhere else. Next up, stop getting Chipotle so much. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, who basically keeps stats on everything, found out that the average American family spent $3,000 a year dining out. Again, we're assuming that same 3.13 person family size. Let's round that up to 4. You're spending $750 a person. Half of the time you're asked to go out, say no. Half of the time you think you want to go out, say no. Take every other weekend, decide to not go out. Find a way to do something, cut that in half. You're saving $375. Now, this is a big area of spend. Cut Chipotle out a couple of times. Cut out, the bar after work a couple of times. Just cut a couple of instances out. You can save $100, $200, $300 a year, especially on those bigger nights that you might be going out spending $100, especially with some alcohol or something like that. Cut back. Cut back a little bit. You're going to see savings. Again, none of this is supposed to come easy. It's not going to be easy to save money. You have to make sacrifices in some areas, but you can do it. Next up is going to be the biggest area of frivolous spending, and that category is literally stuff. Now, in 2019, it was found that average Americans spend $18,000 a year on non-essential items. So that mix includes things we've already talked about, but on top of that, there's things like impulse purchases, online shopping, which really go hand in hand right there, streaming services, personal grooming, and a laundry list of other things. So being extremely conservative, let's imagine we could cut back on spending by 5% in this category. 5% of the time we can say no. 5% of the time we can cut out a streaming service or an impulse purchase, or say no to getting a $50 haircut, go to Great Clips, right? 5% is $900. Let's assume we can do at least 5% in this category. Now, you could do a ton more. This is where you can make up a lot of ground. You don't want to cut dining out. You don't want to cut alcohol. You don't want to cut your coffee. You don't want to cut back on clothing, which again, a lot of those play into this number. However, this is the area you can make up all of that lost ground if you're not willing to cut back in those other areas. So do so. You're going to thank yourself. Why are you going to thank yourself? Well, this savings that we have calculated, the end total that we got in each of these 5 categories, just these, add up to $2,214.50. That figure, saved every single year, invested at an 8% return, so the average market return, compounded, which I realize I did not spell that correctly, annually for 30 years is going to be $250,000. Call it 251. $250,000 US dollars extra in your investment account at the time of retirement for simply cutting back on these things. Now, that number is to prove a point, and a lot of these things were oversimplified and made a ton easier, but there's a ton of ways that you can cut back that don't exist on this list. Let me know what those are down below. What can you cut, or what can other people cut that you found out it's easy to save on, and comment that down below. Also, while you're down there, go ahead and leave a like on this video. Helps push this video to more people, and I greatly appreciate it. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something, right? That you found out that, oh, I can cut back in this area, or maybe you just take a look at your spending. That would be fantastic. Take a look at your spending. What do you overspend on? Cut back in that area, save some money, invest the difference. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Like I said, go ahead, leave a like on on this video if you appreciated it. If you want to help push it to more people, if you want to expand the friend group, right? Leave a like. Also, subscribe. Join the friend group if you haven't already. If you've made it this far, you definitely want to learn more stuff like this. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell right next to it. That way you're notified when a new video comes out. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Take care.